Hello guys, hope you are doing well. So hopefully you are enjoying my video, and hopefully you remember about the last video on the list operations, right? I made a 2 video on the list, so how to do perform a mathematical operation on list. So this video will gonna be in a dictionary, so we're gonna do same operation on a dictionary because it is very bit complicated, and you guys must be wondering like why I'm doing mathematical operations inside our Python programming, right? So basically we are trying to build our foundations, right? So the basic need of the foundation is to understand all the mathematical operations using the Python, because if you're doing a mechanical engineer, or if you're an aerospace engineer or civil engineer or any field of engineering, you can use Python to do your calculations. And secondly, if you are doing if you want to dive into data analysis job or machine learning or any kind of big data analysis, right? So basically you have to go through this all the mathematical operations, and same with the data analytics, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is like it is the fundamentals stuff of the Python to understand how the operations work, right? How to build the algorithms. So let's move on into our last topic onto the list, which I basically didn't mention on the 2 videos because those 2 videos are very long. So yeah, so we had declared a list over here. The list is like 10, 20, 30 and 40. So we're gonna divide all those data elements, or we can say data point, inside our list, right? So I'm gonna run this list. So we have a divisor over here that is 2. So now I'm gonna use a for loop. So don't worry about the for loop. I will make a 1 video on the for loop. I will explain you how the for loop work. I will explain you all the characteristic of the for loop. So in future you will only see for loop, nested loop, functions and class and object, right? So let's say I want to do this division, right? So basically I'm gonna use I, that's stand for the index, right? So then I'm gonna do div, right? Div, and for, that's for loop, and that's again I, right? And in, which we are getting inside my list. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna run this. So now I'm gonna run my result. So there will be no perfect result on this, so there will be a little bit of deviations on the answer. So now you can see over here, so 2 divided by 10, that's become 5. So 2 divided by 20, that's become 10, and 2 divided by 30, that's become 15, and 2 divided by 40, that's become 20, right? So let's move on now, or we have to do the dictionary operations. So we're gonna start with the addition, right? So guys, basically what I did now is like I have declared 2 dictionary 1 and dictionary 2. So basically now we have a key and values. Our first dictionary 1, which has our key is the A and B, that's value is A for 1 and B for 2. Similarly with the dictionary 2, where key C and D, where C for 3 and D for 4, that's our value. Okay, so basically I'm gonna run this. After running this, I'm gonna make a variable that is like a add. So then I'm gonna declare our dictionary, right, with the curly braces, right? So basically now we're gonna say like a key, right? After the key, I'm gonna say like a dictionary 1, right? Dictionary 1, and I will say like a get, right? So get, and I will say key, then I will say 0, right? After that I will say plus, because we're not doing subtraction at the moment, innit? So plus. So similarly I will say like a dictionary 2, right, dot get, right? Same with the key, then go for 0. So for key in, right? So set, right, dictionary 1, right, and I will do separations, right, and say like set, right, and dictionary set, then I will say dictionary 2. Okay, so I'm going to run this and I'm going to add this, right? So now you can see over here A, B, D, C, basically like don't need to be in order, but need to be in all into the same dictionary, right? So now you can see like A equal to 1, B equal to 2, D equal to 4, and C equal to 3. So basically those dictionary C and dictionary 1 and 2 are basically our addition side. So addition contain both of those key and values from dictionary 1 and dictionary 2, right? So now let's move into the subtraction part. So guys, I have created a new dictionary now, but basically I make some changes over here, and I have kept the something similar, so we can do the subtraction over here. Now you can see over here, so dictionary A, so basically dictionary 1, that is like A and B, our key, where we can see the value 1 and 5. Similarly with dictionary 2, that is B and D, which is 1 and 2 is our value. You can see B and B is the common, right, on both of them. So dictionary 1 and dictionary 2, I'm gonna run both of them, right? So I'm gonna copy all of this, right? So I'm gonna make some modification over here. I will say subtraction, then I will change the symbol over here, right? I will say minus instead of plus. Then I will run this and I'll call the subtraction. Now we can see the magic, right? So now you can see over here A remains same, that is 1, right? B 5, that is minus 1, that's become 4. Now you can see because there is no value, basically 0 minus 4, that's become 4, right? So basically on A is basically happen 1 minus 0, okay? So B is like 5 minus 1. Now the D is like basically like 0 minus 4. Now you can see negative 4 over here. So that's how our subtraction work inside our dictionary, right? So guys, now we're gonna do the multiplication. So for multiplications, I have said dictionary 1, which basically our key is A and the value is 10. So and another key is B and the value is 5. So I'm gonna run this. So I have used a multiplier, which basically gonna multiply through both A and B, right? Those values, sorry, not the key, their value, that's 10 and 5. So now I'm gonna use a loop. So for let's say like multi, just basically we're gonna define this, right, into a dictionary function. So key and let's say value value, and then we have to use an asterisk, right? So then we have to use a multiplier. So now we're gonna use a for loop for key, right? So value, key value in, right, dictionary let's say, because it's a 1, right? So basically item, I will show you what item do, right? So this is a very important thing. So let me run this first, then I will show you what item do, right? So now you can see over here, so A been multiply, that's 10 multiplied by 20 and 5 multiplied by 20, so basically become 100 and 200. So that's been A basically got multiplied by the multiplier and B got multiplied by the multiplier, those values, right? So now we can see there's a new dictionary form, that is A is 200 and B is 100. Okay, super easy, man. So let's go into the division. So let's move into a division, right? So how do division actually look like? So similarly, I'm going to use a division for this, right? And I will declare the, similarly I have declared inside the list. Remember last time I said div equal to, I want to make a division by 5, right? Then I will say like division equal to, and I will mention key, right? Then I will say value dot divisor. It's not basically divisor, it's div. That's our div for a divisor, right? You remember last time we used same concept, right? For, then I will say key. The difference is like you have to iterate through the key and value, right? So that's a different thing on this for loop, right? In dictionary 1 dot items, right? So then basically you have to use those round brackets. So division, now you can see over here there's a division being performed. So A, that is our first our key, this value is 10. B is our second, that's our value is 5. So been divided by the 5, that's become 5 divided like 10 divided by 5, that's become 2, and 5 divided by 5, that's become 1, right? So it's super easy, guys. Right, guys, so before I leave, I will show you some for loop, how the for loop work on this, right? I will make a video on this, on the for loop, how you're gonna use a for loop on the especially on those lists, dictionary, tuples, and sets. So basically you can see the for loop over here. Let's say like for I in dictionary dot value side. So I'm gonna iterate the values. So now you can see 10 and 5, those are the values. So the another way of using a for loop is to iterate through the key and the value. So basically key is our A and the value is 10, right? Similarly B and 5, right? So for K, that's mean like is iterating to the key, and V, that stand for value, in that inside dictionary, that's a dic1 dot item. Item is the packing of A, that is our key, and the B value. Both the packages known as the item, right? Then you can see the open and close parentheses, right? And basically gonna print those, and you can see as A, B, that is like a 10 and 5. If you want to make it like more professional, and like you want to make like, okay, it should look good, so then what you can do is basically use like this, right? And right, semicolon. Now you can see over here, there we go, A, that is 10, B, that's 5. Okay guys, see you next time, right guys, and hopefully you enjoy this video.